I was wondering, Charlie, what do you do to really nurture Erica's emotional side when your boy brain is like trying to answer every question and be logical with her?
You must understand God wired us a lot differently. Like the biggest thing is really time. Time with your spouse, time to have your spouse be able to talk about that specific situation that has them fired up. Also, sometimes we have a problem where we think we see problem, we want to fix it. Sometimes the solution is just talking about the problem. For us, we either want to do hard things or watch other people do hard things. That's like men in a nutshell. Women, you deserve so much credit for keeping church attendance alive, for serving in the churches, for volunteering in the churches, for keeping the entire faith robust. And now we're seeing a resurgence of young men finally come back.
Something that he does to pour into me emotionally is if he comes home, he's tired. On his Sabbath, when he has a moment, he writes me a note. He has not missed one. He writes me a note, either leaves it on my pillow, hands it to me, and those notes are what refill me emotionally. So when you're in a relationship, how it's important to know your spouse's nature, it's also important to know your own. What do you want him to do to help pour into your emotional side? I get to submit unto my husband because he's submitting himself to the Lord. There is a balance, and there's something really beautiful about that balance. God is always on time, and so is your future husband. So just wait on the Lord, and you'll get everything that you've prayed for and more.
What is the balance of biblical discipline and love? Also, I would love advice for if you have a godly guy in your life, you guys agree on a lot of things spiritually and politically, but you still feel like there's a little bit more maturity that needs to go. How do you wait on the Lord, and how do you go about that?
Most important thing as a parent is that you must instill self-control, not self-esteem. Whatever it takes, you must have them understand the power of restraint, which is a fruit of the Spirit. Remember, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. This is a very difficult thing, and it's very hard actually, but it must be said, you are not your kid's friend. It sounds easy to hear. You are their parent. It is an up and down relationship. It is not a horizontal one. You are not their equal. You need rules and order. The maturity of a man, he's not quite there yet. He's not as mature as she would like.
Have him go and get mentored once, twice a week, and really just have someone he can look towards to see, like, this is the way to be a biblical.
He needs to hear one thing, just one sentence. You will lose her if you don't grow up. If he hears that, radical change will happen. He doesn't need a whole feeling session. You need conviction and order and a challenge, and we need like high stakes. And if we hear you're going to lose what you take for granted, watch radical change ensue. Thank you.
I'm wondering what your best advice is for young couples with small children on how to prioritize and nurture their marriage amidst the busy day-to-day life of kids.
That's a very good question because your marriage came first. Something that Charlie does that's really sweet that I love is that, especially when he's traveling, we figure out the dynamic of at least having a date night at least once a month. But there'll be moments where he's literally about to rush out the door and I won't see him for several days. And he just grabs me and he's like, 1 minute. And we just literally stare at each other. We have that 1 minute together to reset our hearts. And honestly, that is something that helps recharge the bucket until you get that date night.
Your marriage actually comes before your kids. Your relationship with your kids is important, but it's not covenantal. Your marriage is a covenant. Your relationship with your kids is an outgrowth of a covenant. They're under your stewardship. Covenantal relationships are ones that we saw with Abraham and David and, of course, Jesus. That idea of marriage being a covenant is a big deal. In fact, only marriage in the Bible is compared to Christ's relationship with the church. So always prioritize your marriage. Thank you.
So right now I'm in that period of my life where I'm trying to establish myself. So I've been working for myself online as a YouTuber and a podcaster. I'm actually trying to work for you right now. So that's what I've been focusing on. But I do have a really strong desire as a Christian to eventually get married and have children, and I want to homeschool my kids as well eventually. So I'm wondering what your advice is for balancing those two desires and what to prioritize at what stage of your life.
Your career, again, like I said, is not going anywhere. What I will recommend, though, is when you do have children, do not use your children as pawns for a discount code. Your children are sacred. Protect them. That is your role as a mother. Your platform was given to you by God, so steward it well and steward it properly, but it's not going to go anywhere. What you're building now is not going to get destroyed. I think that's what a lot of people get misconstrued, is thinking like, okay, what I'm building now is going to be worthless once I have a family. No, God will redirect it. He'll turn it into whatever it needs to turn into. Pray on it because it's not always super clear, but it will come to you.
You have to always prioritize what matters most, and with that, the Lord will open up the right doors. Thank you.
I would love to know your thoughts on Sabbath and how your family practices this and applies it.
As the wife, I will say him honoring the Sabbath, I have seen it transform him in a way that is so powerful that when he turns his phone off and it goes in that drawer, he's all on for the family. There is no distractions and he finally gets to reset his brain. And as a wife, there is nothing more precious than my husband's sanity when it comes to everything that he's dealing with in his world. So I have seen it change him and impact our family in one of the most beautiful ways.
We're very serious Sabbath keepers. To our own failure, we as Christians have decided to cast away resting on one of the 7 days. God rested after creation, and so we honor the Sabbath. We're very serious about it. We get to spend more time with our family. We do no news. We do no work. And it says very, very clearly in the scriptures, for 6 days you shall work, and the 7th day you shall rest. If you are feeling overrun by society, here's just one way that you might be able to improve. Turn your phone off for 1 day. No social media, no work. Your mental health will improve dramatically. You can hang out with friends. You can go for a walk, but don't work for 1 day. That is a day for worship. That is a day for the Lord. That is a day to go be with God. That is a day to read your Bible and be out of the busyness and the noise of this world. Go back to God's natural rhythm, and it's made our family much tighter knit. I could be traveling for 5 or 6 days, but if I at least get one good Sabbath with my family, it charges all back up. So God bless you.
I want to be a mom, and I want to have kids, and I want to homeschool them, and I want to stay at home with them. And so I'm being in this weird waiting period where I don't want to go to college and I don't want to commit to a career that I know that I'm going to abandon once I have kids.
I was just wondering if y'all had any advice for that and dealing with criticism.
Because I'm having some from my extended family.
If you find your future husband and he is godly and it passes premarital counseling. So premarital counseling, who's going to control the finances? Who's going to wake up in the middle of the night if the kid has an issue? Are you going to have kids? How many kids? Raise the kids Protestant or Catholic? Are you going to read the Bible? Are you a open or closed house? Who here grew up in an open house where all the kids would come by in the neighborhood? If you marry an open house person marries a closed house person, they get married, they're inviting all their friends over all the time. The closed house person is like, this is crazy. I wasn't raised like this. What premarital counseling should do is you must really know the nature of your spouse. What is their love language? Do they need time alone? This is the stuff that breaks apart marriages. And it must be flushed out in the engagement period, not in the honeymoon period or 2 years in. We say we want to get married early, but that does not mean you should get married in a rushed way. Early and rushing are not synonyms. Thank you. I hope that was somewhat helpful.
How do I plan for I am going to have a wedding in the peak winter when there's snow outside, when it's really, really cold, and I'm feeling disappointed and sad about it?
Think of it this way, your wedding's going to be amazing because you're not having to have the florals and the
You'll
things.
save a bunch of money.
You'll save a ton of money. There's something special about the winter season because what comes after winter, spring, metaphorically. You are springing into a new season of life. You are springing into a beautiful marriage. Embrace the snow. Embrace the beauty of it. It might not be what you want. That's okay because God's challenging you. The wedding day is a wedding day. It's really not for you. It's for your family. It's important on the altar. That is for you. So just hold true to the fact that what matters the most, regardless of the season, is the man and the woman standing at the altar and that covenant you're making. It could be raining. It could be snowing. It could be 100 and some degrees like our wedding. What's so important is that marriage, because when you guys get married, that's your family. Your husband's your family. Everyone else is relatives.
I'm 20 and I'm single and I want to get married young. However, almost every woman in my life is telling me that I'm not missing out on anything. Do you have any response to that?
Marriage is the most awesome thing ever, everybody. It's amazing.
Honestly, I feel like that's a form of spiritual warfare. Like the enemies will use anybody to keep you from where God needs you to be. So smile and wave. I mean, marriage is beautiful. Don't let that deter you. Motherhood's the same thing. There are so many Christian moms who will get on social media and they'll say, I'm so tired. My child's driving me nuts. Motherhood is beautiful. It's exhausting, but it's beautiful. Those sleepless nights, you will sleep again. You will have your time again.
God bless you all. Thank you so much.